Right then, and this year's world champion, 7 times the world champion, he's won all of them since '04, and all for the same manufacturer, Citroën. Now, very much a team built around the super fast Frenchman, Sébastien Loeb, who's no mean racing driver either. He's done the 24 hours a couple of times. He's raced in the International GT Open, turns his way now down towards that left-hand hairpin. And Sébastien Loeb, who was the winner in Mexico, winner in Jordan, winner in Turkey, he won in Bulgaria, he won the Rally Deutschland, he won in France, of course, to seal the championship on his doorstep, and then he won in Spain as well. He's the first driver we've seen. You can see now how much wetter, how much more muddy this stage is than the first run through. All the spray being kicked out from behind the Citroën then as the C4 WRC comes through the water splash, much wetter this time over the young, spectacularly on the first run. A real challenge here for the French driver. He's got another water splash to go. That's a genuine one there, but it's and down the side uphill. Well, it's fast, Larry, but it's not as easy as they hadn't expected.
Yeah, absolutely. When you consider that they reckoned this stage earlier on in the week when it was more or less dry, they're having to contend with a lot more standing water than they cope with on that recce, and also, as you negotiate, who will be on stage, indeed he is now, coming down the hill towards that right hand at the top of the hill and accelerates off towards the hairpin. This is the man that's second in the championship. He's one of those 3 drivers aiming to be a runner-up in the title race this year. Winner in Portugal, that was his first WRC win. Winner in Japan, and Sébastien Ogier at the moment, only 5th after SS4. Rather quirkily, this is the man that's meant to be the better on gravel out of him and Danny Sordo, and yet Sordo, demoted from this team, was ahead of him in 4th overall, Ogier 5th, and with quite a gap to make up between himself and the leading quartet. So Sébastien Ogier comes towards us then. The French driver, 27 years of age. He was the winner 2 years ago of the Junior World Rally Championship title, and somebody again who is very, very highly regarded within the Citroën ranks. Now he gets a bit sideways approaching the water splash, but he corrects it, comes up towards the jump now. A little bit more aggressive. Trying to make up that lost time, but making a few tiny errors. You can understand why, even with 4-wheel drive, treacherous stage, climbing uphill. Well, 4 seconds already. He's already 22.3 seconds behind Sébastien Loeb, so he's falling away, isn't he, in terms of overall honours in just the opening full day of the event here. Sébastien Ogier. He goes up very, very focused. He wants that runner-up spot in the championship. Whether or not he can wrest it from Sébastien Ogier, time will tell. We've got the clock on. They are running at 2-minute intervals as they come into this sweet lap stage. But the significant part was there, David, that 4 seconds was taken out in the opening couple of miles in this particular stage. So that just gives you an indication as to just how hard Sébastien Loeb is going, and therefore there's the potential of losing more time in the second element of the stage. So Loeb going well, Ogier struggling a bit at the moment, and here is the provisional rally leader then. Unedited, making his way downhill, approaching the water splash. Now it was in the water splashes on the first run through the stage that the engine coughed and spluttered just a little bit. Once he cleared the engine, he was fine. He was able to press on again, and so here he comes then now towards the water splash, and then the Unedited double winner this year, New Zealand and Finland out of the water splash, over the land perfectly, and then spat out from the back of the car and almost comes round on him, and he controls it just. Rolls up now towards the second jump, and then towards the other water splash. This again, very good from Appler. Yeah, he looks very good because he was half a second up on Sébastien Ogier as they came head down the run in towards the first quarter splash. So Jari Matti-Latvala is certainly on a mission. He's aiming to maintain that championship lead. Half a second up on Ogier, who was 4 seconds down on Sebastian Loeb. Net result is that he is 3.5 seconds down on Sebastian Loeb at this midpoint stage.
And that Matt Champions list. Here he comes then, with only one headlight seeming to work at the moment as he drops into view, then through that right hand at the top of the hill and sprints onto the run down towards that left-hand hairpin. Pedersolvo with lots of experience. He's been a winner here in the past, of course. He had his first WRC win here back in 2002. This year, runner-up in Mexico, runner-up in Turkey, runner-up in Japan and in Spain as well. And a busy man these days, not just having to be a driver, but also trying to keep a team afloat. And that's a bit slow, I thought, coming to the hairpin there. The car just seemed to hesitate a little bit.
He's got a problem, David. I think he's got a problem. He didn't look to pick up at all out of that hairpin, so whether or not he's got a problem with one of the lower gears on that, he's coming down to our split time, and we can tell you that he is 1.5 seconds down, all that fella, 1.5 seconds down. But let's just see whether or not he's got a problem out of the hairpin.
Okay, so he lands there, he's got to keep the momentum up on the car, working as hard as he can. That's really short down the line there. Okay there, up towards the water splash, which he goes through, soaks everybody down the bottom straight down the hill. That bit looks okay, but I agree with you, there was definitely a problem out of the hairpin.
Yeah, given that he only dropped around about a second on the previous car, then perhaps that just belied him. Whether or not he just didn't get the right gear. They have got the sequential gearbox in the power shift, then it's very unusual that they do have a problem with perhaps
team. And Danny Sordo, of course, goes to the Citroën Junior team. And a big question mark over what he does next year. He's being asked for something like €3 million to stay with Citroën. And he's saying, don't want to do that, can't find the money, and I shouldn't really be paying for a drive. I'm good enough to be there on merit.
Yeah, 4 years with Citroën, never had a win, made his World Rally Car debut in Spain in 2003. Very much under pressure. We had a chat to him last night. He says he's not feeling it, so whether or not we can rely on him to put a performance in. This looks a little bit slow to me, David. Again, it just perhaps just belies us looking at long distance there, because he too looked to have a little bit of a problem coming out of that particular hairpin.
Because they do look much, much quicker at the bottom of the hill, don't they, as well. Now you get a proper indication of a World Rally car at speed. With the top drivers behind the wheel, he slides the car towards the water splash, accelerates over the yum, now lands okay, brakes for the hairpin. Comes up the car, Danny Sordo certainly looked to it.
Yeah, he is, and he's 2.8 seconds quicker than Pedersolvo at his halfway point in the stage. So Sordo is responding. The driver that is under pressure, looking for a drive next year. If he got £2.5 million, you can sponsor him. Get him a drive in the World Rally Championship next year. 2.5 seconds up on Pedersolvo.
Loose change, isn't it? Yeah. So up towards the flying finish, there goes Danny Sordo to go. He was right up there with fighting for the championship.
Yeah, absolutely. He came into Rally GB as one of the two drivers that could win it. Remember the bonnet pin that came loose? He had to stop and replace that, effectively cost him the World Championship, Mika Hovinen. Since he's been made Ford's #1 driver, it appears to be the millstone around the neck. For whatever reason, he's not responded, and he needs a good result here. The rally winner from 2007, so looking for a good result. We've got the split on him, just see what he does as he heads down the main straight in the Ford Focus.
So down he comes then, speed building all the time. And Mika Hovinen, who began rallying in 1998, he was the Finnish F2 champion in 2002 and very nearly won the Italian Subaru Cup as well that year. It was only on the last stage of the last round that he had a problem and therefore lost that championship. He moved to Ford, he went to Subaru, and then
Yeah, it is good. Instead, he's 2.5 seconds down on Danny Sordo at that particular point was Hovinen, so it's still not happening for him. Remember, he's nearly half a minute off of the championship lead, or off of the rally lead at the end of stage 4, so he's certainly not making up that time.
So the car climbs up the hill, heads towards the flying finish, and then we will turn our attention next to the British driver.
And Scott Martin in the co-driver's chair. The young lad from Cumbria, the son of Malcolm Wilson. And, well, he's making his way down here, David. It's going to be close as to whether or not he's matched that time.
Okay, and towards the water splash then comes Matthew Wilson, the M Sport run car, run by his dad, Malcolm Wilson. Round this bowl, the back comes round, in the right direction. Rally co-driver, the rally driver, his first event was co-driver to his dad, and won the event. Malcolm was stage quite rightly through the water splash, climbs uphill.
Not confused. 4 seconds down on Mika Herman, and here's Matthew Wilson as he climbs the snowbound machine up the hill and away. Nobody wanted, because those 4 seconds will manifest themselves as he goes into the further parts of the stage. So he's not got the experience that a lot of the previous drivers have, given that he's not spent as much time in. Says he prefers the Super 2000 car to the full World Rally car. Of course, this is the swan song for the World Rally car. The last time that we will see the 2-litre version in the World Championship. Spectacular.
Sideways and corrected really wide there. He was very spectacular through this part of the stage. Back of the car, heading Stolberg. They look quick, he doesn't always work out the way against the clock. How's he doing?
Yeah, we've just got to put the stop on him. It is quick because he's 5 seconds up on Matt Wilson at that point. 5 seconds quicker than Matthew Wilson in an identical car. Is the elder brother of Petter Solberg, the Norwegian, on his way up. Not the snowbound livery that we normally see. He does run that with his own team, but certainly on pace.
Formula 1 world champion. He's won Grand Prix for McLaren as well as for Ferrari, and he turns his way then now through that tight right onto this very fast run down to the left-hand hairpin, and after karting and Formula 1 he went straight to Formula 1 in 2001 to drive for Sauber. Last year had a few outings in different rallies, driving an Abarth Grande Punto, and he was doing pretty well in Finland, third in Group N before he crashed out. This year, the season started with a bang, quite literally in Sweden, when he finished 29th after an off. He was 8th in Jordan and 5th in Turkey, 10th in Portugal, 11th in Bulgaria, 25th only on home soil in Finland, 7th in Germany, retirements in Japan and France, and then didn't even get to start in Spain. So what Kimi Raikkonen really needs here is a finish, because already Citroën talking about dispensing with his services for next year. Being a bit ruthless at the moment on the driver front, aren't they, Citroën? But here comes Kimi Raikkonen then, the Iceman, down towards the hairpin.
Given that time was pretty good for any Solberg at that particular time. That's not a bad effort for the Formula 1 world champion.
I still get the feeling he had to finish out. Really had his confidence back when he went to recent rounds with retirement. So now all this public speculation about whether he's going to stay or not. Citroën saying, well, Malcolm Wilson, interestingly enough, saying, yeah, I think he should end of the earlier run through the stage. 9th in fact on the stage in terms of isolating tyres, but 8th in the classification after the first run through Sweetland. So Matt Rosberg, whose best finishes of the year, the two of them have been 7th in both Portugal and Finland, comes now down towards the water splash. Looks a bit more conservative than he was on the earlier run through. Down to the happy now to those things.
Made his debut back in 2004. Certainly is pretty the Raikkonen at this point.
Started off the 13-year-old co-riding his dad, and then Norway, it was the education class, for junior drivers who were there to move to the Norway team. The World Championship event in 06, but yeah,
totally different to what he is used to as it is.
Absolutely right. So the Middle East Championship, which is getting more and more popular and more competitive, certainly is on demanding stages, but nothing quite like this. So traction continues to be at a premium. Out of the water splash comes Al-Qassimi, then down towards the hairpin. Left of the car, down to the race, changes down, picking up quite a little bit. Works, he's going to overshoot, he's heading for the throttle, going off the body. Little things like that, it's not get the car slowed down, it's now in time to hold the right gear in time to
driver seat, so the Northern Irishman barking out the pace now. Driver in that 0-8 focus, best result this year, 7th in Spain, 12th overall in the championship, but totally different conditions. He's used to the old sand dunes and everything else from the Middle East, let alone the heat, let alone the cold and horizontal rain of mid Wales.
Well, 13th he was after Essex in the championship. Of course, there was an American round of the World Championship, wasn't there, back in 1986, the Olympus Rally, the last round of the rather controversial championship that year, when it was Lancia versus Peugeot in the Group B days. But as a driver, really not since John Butler that we had too much American interest. Here comes Ken Block. Then he was very dramatic last time through this stage over the jump coming out of the water splash. Let's see what he can do this time as he settles the car through that right-hander, through the water splash, up towards the charm. Now, not quite as dramatic as earlier on.
Into that particular point. That was the before the actual time split point.
Still learning, still pressing on, 23rd in the championship, having not done every round of course this year, but he's done the tough ones. He's done Mexico, Turkey, and Germany, but France, Spain, and Rally GB as well. So climbs uphill. Very spectacular American driver, 43 years of age, so late coming really to World Championship events. Makes his way now up towards the flying finish as we turn our attention to 3 times Chinese champion who drives under the Chinese driver, but still learning about the car, was 20th after the opening test of Swing Lab. He may have dropped down the order since then after the next 2 stages as well, but again this is a driver looking for a finish, and the confidence level as he comes down the hill does not seem to be there compared to other drivers. He really is tippy-toeing his way to Right, lines it up, gets going again, all side long. So the side championship on, struggling here. So much to be cautious, careful, completely died and all
Vaya de esta nave, esto digo, baño.
Nobody comes in.
Fans then? George, Sarah,
Sorry, I was right about that.
I'll try and share you before us.
Weg vom Boden,